Today, I want to speak with you about something quietly powerful, something simple but rarely mastered. It is this: how to truly master the basic fundamentals of life and success. In a world filled with distractions, the fundamentals remain unchanged. They are the timeless truths. They are not new, nor are they secret. They simply wait for the wise to embrace them. The first step is clarity. Success begins when we know exactly what we want. A ship without a destination will drift with the tides, eventually running aground. A human being without a clear purpose suffers the same fate. Decide what you want. Fix it firmly in your mind. The second is discipline. Self-discipline is the bridge between goals and accomplishment. Without it, dreams are nothing more than wishes floating aimlessly. With it, the ordinary becomes extraordinary. Next, we must guard our thoughts. You and I are, at this very moment, the sum total of our dominant thoughts. If we wish to change our circumstances, we must first change our minds. It is a simple law, as true and reliable as gravity itself. Success demands persistence. The obstacles along the way are not there to stop us. They are placed to strengthen us, to purify our desires. Each failure, each setback, is simply a test of how badly we truly want what we claim to seek. Master your time. Time is our greatest, most precious resource. Each wasted hour is a portion of life we can never retrieve. Guard it as you would a treasure. Hold fast to integrity. Without it, all success is hollow and crumbling. True greatness is built on a foundation of honesty, service, and respect for others. Never cease learning. The mind, like the body, must be exercised to remain strong. Read. Think, reflect, question. Seek to understand the laws that govern success, for they are available to all who search with sincerity. And above all, serve. The road to lasting success is paved with service to others. Find a way to help more people, and you will find abundance flowing toward you in greater measure. Finally, live with gratitude. Every breath, every opportunity, every sunrise is a gift. Those who master gratitude master happiness itself, and happiness is the true crown of success. You see, the fundamentals are not complex, but their mastery requires commitment, attention, and heart. Most will search for shortcuts. Few will build the foundation, but it is those few who will stand steady when the winds of life blow. Decide today to be among them. Master the basics, and the edifice of your life will rise higher, stronger, and more beautiful than you ever dared imagine. Thank you. Success is not a destination that one suddenly arrives at. It is a continuous journey, a gradual unfolding toward something deeply meaningful. It is the steady, ongoing movement toward a goal that one has deliberately chosen, because it holds genuine value and significance. A worthy ideal is not a passing whim or a desire picked up from others. It is something deeply personal, carefully considered, and aligned with one's true values and aspirations. When a person knows clearly what they want, believes in its importance, and commits themselves to moving toward it day by day, they are already successful, even if they have not yet reached the final outcome. The measure of success, then, is not how far one has traveled compared to others, but whether they are persistently and deliberately moving toward their chosen objective. This idea removes the illusions of overnight achievement, and instead honors the quiet, steady effort that builds a great life. It means that a teacher who has chosen to dedicate their life to inspiring young minds is as successful as an entrepreneur building a great business, because both are realizing their worthy ideals in their own way and at their own pace. Success, therefore, belongs to anyone who has identified their true calling and is making consistent progress toward it with sincerity and purpose. Clarity of purpose means having a vivid, unmistakable understanding of what you are aiming for in life. It is the opposite of drifting aimlessly or allowing the outside world to dictate your actions and desires. When you know exactly what you want, every thought, every decision, every effort can be aligned with that central aim, giving your life a sense of direction and meaning. Without clarity, energy is scattered, time is wasted, and opportunities are missed, because there is no guiding star to steer by. With clarity, even obstacles and hardships become easier to endure because they are seen as necessary steps on a meaningful path. Clarity of purpose turns hopes and wishes into firm intentions, and it allows you to recognize which actions bring you closer to your goal and which do not. It simplifies decision-making because every choice can be measured against whether it serves or hinders your true objective. It also instills confidence, because when you know where you are going, uncertainty and fear lose much of their power. Clarity of purpose acts like a magnet, drawing the right opportunities, people and resources into your life. Simply because your mind is focused and unwavering, it creates momentum, making consistent progress possible, and ultimately transforms dreams into realities through sustained, directed effort. Definiteness of goals means establishing clear, specific objectives and committing them to writing, transforming vague desires into concrete targets. When a goal is clearly defined and written down, it takes on a sense of reality and seriousness that a mere thought or wish cannot achieve. It becomes a contract with oneself, a firm decision that shapes actions, decisions, and attitudes. Written goals act as a map, providing direction and preventing aimless wandering through life. They allow you to measure your progress, adjust your course when necessary, and maintain motivation even when challenges arise. Without written goals, it is easy to lose focus, to be swayed by distractions or temporary setbacks, because there is no clear reminder of where you are headed. The act of writing crystallizes your intentions, turning abstract dreams into something tangible and actionable. It engages both the conscious and subconscious mind, creating a powerful inner commitment to the achievement of the objective. Definiteness of goals ensures that your energy is not wasted on pursuits that do not matter and helps you prioritize daily actions based on what moves you closer to the fulfillment of your purpose. It gives you a standard against which you can evaluate opportunities, relationships, and decisions, allowing you to stay on the path you have deliberately chosen. It transforms the unseen into the seen, the imagined into the accomplished, by providing a steady, unwavering focus on what truly matters. Self-discipline is the ability to control your actions, emotions, and impulses, to do what needs to be done, regardless of your mood, circumstances, or temporary desire. It is the inner strength that pushes you to act in alignment with your long-term goals, rather than surrender to the comfort of the moment. It means following through on your plans even when the initial excitement has faded, and only the hard work remains. Self-discipline is not about harshness or punishment. It is about making choices that serve your highest interests, even when they are difficult or uncomfortable. It allows you to resist the pull of distractions, procrastination, and excuses, replacing them with steady, consistent effort. True freedom comes from discipline because it frees you from being a prisoner to fleeting emotions and short-term temptations. It is the force that transforms good intentions into real accomplishments by bridging the gap between knowing and doing. Every act of self-discipline strengthens the will, making it easier to act with purpose the next time a challenge arises. It builds confidence because each time you keep a promise to yourself, you reinforce your belief in your own reliability. Over time, self-discipline compounds into habits of excellence, creating a life shaped by conscious choice rather than circumstance. It is the unseen hand that lifts ordinary individuals to extraordinary heights, not through bursts of brilliance, but through daily acts of commitment and responsibility. Continuous learning is the commitment to lifelong growth, by constantly feeding the mind with new ideas, new knowledge, and deeper understanding. It is the refusal to settle into comfort or complacency, knowing that the world is always moving, evolving, and presenting new challenges and opportunities. Reading is one of the primary tools of continuous learning, exposing you to the experiences, wisdom, and discoveries of others, allowing you to stand on the shoulders of those who came before. Thinking, reflecting, and questioning deepen that learning, transforming information into true understanding and practical wisdom. Expanding your mind keeps you adaptable, creative, and open to improvement, making you more capable of solving problems and seizing opportunities as they arise. It strengthens your ability to think critically, to discern truth from falsehood, and to make wiser decisions. Continuous learning sharpens your edge in a competitive world, but even more importantly, it enriches your inner life, giving you a sense of progress and purpose that mere comfort or entertainment cannot provide. It keeps the mind young, curious, and alive, ensuring that you never fall into the trap of thinking you have arrived or that there is nothing more to know. Each new book read, each new idea considered, and each new skill practiced becomes a building block in the construction of a richer, fuller, more capable self. Continuous learning transforms living into an adventure of growth, rather than a slow decline into stagnation, and it reminds you that no matter how much you achieve, there is always more potential waiting to be discovered. Right attitude is the mental posture with which you approach life, shaping how you interpret events, how you react to challenges, and how you relate to others. It is the lens through which you see the world, and it powerfully influences every result you achieve. A positive, determined attitude lifts you above obstacles, helps you see possibilities where others see problems, and keeps you moving forward when circumstances are difficult. It is not about ignoring reality or pretending that difficulties do not exist. It is about choosing to face reality with courage, optimism, and resilience. The phrase that attitude determines altitude speaks to the direct relationship between how you think and how far you will go in life. Those who cultivate a right attitude are not immune to hardship, but they respond to it in ways that strengthen them rather than defeat them. They see failure as a teacher, criticism as an opportunity to improve, and effort as a path to mastery. Right attitude attracts opportunities, draws people to your cause, and creates an environment where growth and achievement are natural outcomes. It also protects you from the poisons of resentment, bitterness, and despair, which erode ambition and cloud judgment. Maintaining a right attitude requires conscious effort, constant self-awareness, and sometimes the willingness to shift your thinking even when it would be easier to give in to negativity. Over time, it becomes a powerful habit, a quiet but unstoppable force that lifts you higher than skill, intelligence, or luck alone ever could. Persistence is the steady, determined continuation of action toward a goal, despite obstacles, discouragement, or temporary failure. It is the refusal to quit when progress is slow, when results seem invisible, or when others around you have given up. Nothing in the world can take the place of persistence, because talent without persistence wastes its potential, intelligence without persistence accomplishes little, and ambition without persistence burns out before achieving anything of lasting value. Persistence turns weaknesses into strengths and failures into stepping stones, simply because it refuses to accept defeat as permanent. Every great achievement in history has been built upon the foundation of persistence, often by individuals who faced repeated setbacks but who pressed forward relentlessly. Persistence fuels the learning process, because it forces you to adapt, to innovate, and to find better ways forward each time an obstacle arises. It is not fueled by bursts of inspiration, but by deep commitment to the end goal, a decision made once and honored 1,000 times. Persistence separates those who dream from those who achieve, because the dreamers are many but the finishers are few. It strengthens character, sharpens focus, and hardens resolve, building within a person an unshakable belief in their ability to succeed no matter how long the road may be. In the face of delay, disappointment, and doubt, persistence whispers to keep going, and in doing so transforms what once seemed impossible into inevitable reality. Responsibility means recognizing and accepting that you are the author of your own life, that your choices, actions, and attitudes are the primary forces shaping your circumstance. It requires letting go of the temptation to blame others, to make excuses, or to see yourself as a victim of fate or luck. Accepting full responsibility means understanding that while you may not control everything that happens to you, you do control how you respond, how you adapt, and what you choose to do next. It shifts the power back into your hands, giving you the ability to change, to grow, and to create better outcomes through conscious effort. Responsibility demands honesty with yourself, a willingness to look at your life as it truly is, without self-deception or denial. It calls for courage, because it is often easier to point outward than inward when faced with difficulties. Yet by embracing responsibility, you gain freedom, because you are no longer at the mercy of external forces. You become the master of your own destiny. Every achievement begins with someone saying, "I am responsible," and every lasting improvement is built on that same foundation. It creates a deep sense of ownership over your goals, your time, and your results, and it inspires a higher level of commitment to everything you do. Responsibility transforms failure into a lesson rather than a defeat, and it transforms success into something earned and deeply satisfying, rather than something accidental. It is the silent strength behind every truly successful life, the invisible force that quietly separates those who live by design from those who live by default. Planning is the act of thoughtfully laying out a clear course of action to achieve a specific goal. It is the blueprint that transforms a vague desire into a structured path. A simple, organized plan provides direction and focus, ensuring that every effort contributes to the desired outcome, rather than scattering energy in many different, often unproductive directions. Without a plan, you are left reacting to circumstances, making decisions on the fly, and constantly adjusting to what comes your way, which can lead to wasted time and effort. A well-organized plan, even if simple, helps you prioritize your actions, set realistic deadlines, and anticipate challenges before they arise. It brings clarity to your objectives and ensures that your energy is channeled into the most important tasks, minimizing distractions and reducing uncertainty. When you have a plan, your actions are deliberate and intentional, and every step is taken with purpose, moving you closer to your goal. It turns a distant vision into a series of achievable steps, providing you with a sense of progress and accomplishment along the way. A plan is not a rigid, unchangeable framework. It is a living guide that can be adjusted as circumstances evolve. But even in its simplicity, a good plan allows you to maintain focus and momentum, keeping you on track even when obstacles arise. It is the difference between being busy and being productive, between expending effort without results and making meaningful progress towards success. Habit formation is the process by which actions become automatic through repetition and consistency, eventually shaping our behaviors and defining our character. The things we do every day, whether consciously or unconsciously, build the foundation of our lives. If we consistently practice certain behaviors, they eventually become ingrained in our routine, shaping the way we think, feel, and act. Excellence is not an isolated achievement or a one-time effort. It is the natural result of repeatedly performing actions that reflect high standards. Just as bad habits can form over time through repeated negative behaviors, good habits are built through consistent positive actions. Over time, these habits accumulate and compound, leading to mastery in specific areas, whether it's work, health, relationships, or personal growth. Excellence becomes a habit when we make it a priority to consistently put in the effort, to practice with intention, and to strive for improvement even when it's difficult or inconvenient. It is in the smallest daily actions that greatness is born, not through sudden bursts of effort or moments of inspiration. Excellence doesn't appear overnight. It is the result of making the right choices over and over again, long after the initial motivation fades. Habits are the silent architects of our future. The more we intentionally cultivate positive habits, the more we create a life that reflects our highest potential. When we embrace the principle that we are what we repeatedly do, we realize that our daily actions hold the power to shape the quality of our lives, and thus the quality of our future. Control of thought refers to the ability to direct and manage your thinking, understanding that your thoughts are the seeds from which your reality grows. Every action you take, every decision you make, and every outcome you experience begins as a thought. If you fill your mind with negativity, self-doubt, and fear, those thoughts will manifest in your life as limitations and obstacles. On the other hand, if you focus on positive, empowering, and constructive thoughts, you begin to shape a reality that aligns with those beliefs. What you think about consistently determines the way you approach challenges, perceive opportunities, and interact with others. By controlling your thoughts, you can change your perspective and consequently your experience of life. This control requires awareness, the ability to recognize when negative or unhelpful thoughts arise and consciously choose to replace them with thoughts that serve your goals and well-being. Over time, the thoughts you focus on become deeply ingrained, influencing not just your actions, but your emotions, beliefs, and even your identity. If you consistently think about success, growth, and possibility, you will start to align your actions with those thoughts and become someone who is naturally inclined towards success. Conversely, if you dwell on failure, limitations, and past mistakes, you will reinforce a mindset that keeps you stuck. The idea that we become what we think about emphasizes that our thoughts are powerful creators, and by learning to master them, we gain control over the direction of our lives. Service to others is the principle that true success comes not from what we take, but from what we give. The more we focus on meeting the needs of others, the more we open ourselves to receiving success in its various forms. When you serve others, you shift the focus away from yourself and your immediate desires, and you align with the deeper universal law that the more you contribute to the well-being of others, the more you naturally attract goodwill, opportunities, and fulfillment. Service builds strong relationships, fosters trust, and creates a sense of community. It leads to a higher level of satisfaction and purpose because it taps into the fundamental human need to feel connected and valued. It doesn't have to be grand gestures. Even small acts of kindness and consideration can make a profound difference in someone's life, and by doing so you elevate your own. The act of service also nurtures qualities like empathy, humility, and patience, all of which enrich your character and draw people toward you. It turns the pursuit of success from a selfish endeavor into a shared experience, creating ripple effects that can expand beyond your immediate circle. When you serve with genuine care and integrity, the rewards you receive go far beyond material wealth. They include personal growth, increased influence, and a sense of purpose that transcends any external goal. Ultimately, service becomes a powerful force that propels you towards success because it reflects the underlying truth that we are all interconnected, and by lifting others, we inevitably lift ourselves. Integrity is the unwavering commitment to doing what is right, regardless of external circumstances or the presence of others. It is about staying true to your principles, values, and beliefs, even when there is no one around to witness your action. The essence of integrity lies in aligning your behavior with your inner sense of right and wrong, ensuring that your actions match your words, and that your character remains consistent whether you are in public or alone. Integrity builds trust, respect, and a strong personal reputation because it reflects a deep commitment to honesty and fairness. Even when shortcuts or dishonesty might seem tempting, it is not merely about following the rules, but about living authentically and with purpose, doing what you know is best for yourself and others, even when no one is watching to reward you for it. Living with integrity means being accountable for your actions, taking responsibility for your mistakes, and making amends when necessary. It creates a sense of inner peace, as you no longer have to worry about hiding actions or maintaining a facade. Integrity forms the foundation of long-term success because it ensures that your relationships, business dealings, and personal endeavors are grounded in trust and ethical behavior. It is the quiet strength that ensures you remain true to your path, regardless of external pressures, and that you can look back at your life with pride, knowing you have consistently chosen to do what is right. Imagination is the creative force that precedes all great achievement. It is the mental process of envisioning possibilities, dreaming of new ideas, and picturing outcomes that do not yet exist. Before anything tangible can be created, it first begins as a thought, an image in the mind. Every innovation, every breakthrough, and every success that has shaped the world began with someone imagining something that was not yet real. Imagination allows you to explore new concepts, stretch the limits of what you believe is possible, and envision a future that is different from the present. It is the spark that ignites the desire for change, progress, and improvement. Without imagination, there would be no art, no inventions, no progress in science or technology, because all of these begin with the ability to think beyond what is immediately apparent and create something new in the mind's eye. Imagination provides the blueprint for action, for once an idea is conceived in the mind, it becomes the foundation for turning that idea into reality through focused effort and persistence. It breaks down the barriers of limitation by helping us visualize what could be, rather than being constrained by what currently is. The power of imagination lies not just in the creation of ideas, but in the ability to turn those ideas into action. Every great achievement was first conceived as an idea, an image, or a vision, showing that our ability to imagine is the first step in transforming dreams into tangible results. Decision-making is a crucial skill in achieving success, as it directly influences the speed and direction of progress in life. Successful people understand that the ability to make decisions quickly and with confidence is key to maintaining momentum and avoiding paralysis by analysis. Making decisions swiftly allows them to take action without overthinking or being bogged down by indecision, which can waste valuable time and energy. Quick decision-making is not about rushing into choices without thought, but about trusting your instincts, considering the available information, and committing to a course of action with clarity and purpose. Once a decision is made, successful individuals follow through on it and change it only when absolutely necessary, recognizing that constant wavering or second-guessing can undermine their efforts and slow progress. This ability to stick to decisions, even in the face of initial challenges or uncertainty, allows them to stay on track and build momentum toward their goals. The discipline to change decisions slowly, if at all, comes from a deep belief in their judgment and an understanding that success is often the result of persistence and steady course correction, rather than frequent changes in direction. Successful people view decisions as commitments, and once they decide, they focus their energy on making the decision work, rather than constantly looking for alternatives. This mindset allows them to stay focused and take consistent action, which ultimately leads to courage. Is the strength to take action in the face of fear, uncertainty, or discomfort. It is not the absence of fear, but the ability to move forward despite it. Everyone experiences fear at some point, whether it is fear of failure, fear of judgment, or fear of the unknown. Courageous individuals recognize that fear is a natural emotion and does not have to control their actions. Instead of letting fear stop them, they acknowledge it, face it, and take steps forward anyway. Courage is what allows someone to take risks, make bold decisions, and step outside their comfort zone, even when the outcome is uncertain. It involves overcoming self-doubt, pushing through the hesitation that fear creates, and taking the first step, which is often the hardest. While fear might cause hesitation, courage allows for action despite that hesitation. Courage is built through experience. By acting in spite of fear, we grow stronger and more confident in our ability to handle challenge. It teaches that growth and success are often found on the other side of fear, and that while it might be uncomfortable to act in those moments, the rewards far outweigh the temporary discomfort. Courage is the driving force behind every breakthrough and achievement, as it is what turns potential into reality. It gives individuals the power to confront challenges, pursue their goals, and make decisions that shape their future, even when the path forward seems daunting. Gratitude is the practice of recognizing and appreciating the positive aspects of life, no matter how big or small. It involves shifting the focus from what is lacking or what is wrong to what is abundant and good. A thankful heart not only helps to create a positive mindset, but also magnifies the blessings we already have. When we express gratitude, we open ourselves up to receiving more, as it invites a sense of abundance, rather than scarcity, into our lives. It shifts the perspective from seeing challenges or difficulties as burdens, to viewing them as opportunities for growth or learning. The act of being grateful increases awareness of the good things, allowing us to celebrate victories and blessings more fully. Gratitude fosters a sense of connection to others, as acknowledging the kindness and support of people in our lives builds stronger, more positive relationships. It also enhances emotional well-being, as people who practice gratitude regularly tend to experience greater happiness, less stress, and more overall satisfaction. When we live with a thankful heart, we attract more reasons to be grateful, as it brings more of the things that align with positivity, joy, and fulfillment into our lives. Gratitude has a ripple effect, multiplying blessings, because it cultivates a mindset that is focused on abundance rather than deficiency. The more we express gratitude, the more we invite into our lives the very things we are thankful for, creating a cycle of generosity, positivity, and increased well-being. Faith is the unwavering belief in your own abilities and the certainty that you can achieve your goals, no matter the challenges that lie ahead. It is the inner conviction that despite external circumstances or setbacks, success is attainable because you trust in your capacity to persevere, adapt, and overcome obstacles. Faith is not blind optimism. It is grounded in self-confidence, resilience, and a clear understanding of what you are striving for. It allows you to take action even when the path is uncertain or when others doubt your potential. Faith enables you to maintain focus on your goal, to stay committed and motivated even in the face of adversity, because you believe that your efforts will lead to success. It empowers you to keep moving forward, knowing that the journey will have its ups and downs, but your belief in the end result keeps you steadfast. Faith creates a sense of purpose and direction, as it provides the emotional fuel necessary to continue pursuing your dreams when the road gets tough. It also enhances the ability to learn from failure, seeing each setback as a temporary challenge rather than a permanent obstacle. Faith is the mental foundation that supports all your actions, decisions, and effort. When you believe deeply in your own abilities and the certainty of your goal, you are more likely to attract the resources, people, and opportunities that align with your vision, reinforcing the power of your faith to turn aspirations into reality. Balance is the recognition that true success is not solely measured by external achievements such as wealth, status, or recognition, but by the overall well-being and harmony in life. While professional accomplishments and material success are important, they become hollow and unsatisfying if they come at the expense of health, relationships, and peace of mind. A person who achieves great success but sacrifices their physical health, personal connections, or mental serenity finds that their achievements cannot bring lasting happiness or fulfillment. Health is the foundation upon which all other forms of success are built. Without good health, the ability to fully engage with life and enjoy accomplishments is diminished. Love, both the love we give and receive, nurtures the emotional and social aspects of our being, providing us with a sense of purpose, connection, and joy. Peace of mind allows us to navigate the complexities of life with clarity and calm, free from the chaos of stress, anxiety, and internal conflict. True success requires balance because it integrates all aspects of life, physical, emotional, and mental, into a cohesive whole. Without this balance, success in one area can lead to burnout, strained relationships, or a lack of contentment. Balance ensures that success in one domain doesn't overshadow or negatively impact others, allowing us to experience a richer, more fulfilling life. A life of balance provides the energy and peace needed to enjoy the fruits of success and to share that success with others in meaningful, positive ways. In conclusion, mastering the fundamental principles of life and success is a journey that requires intentional effort, clarity, and resilience. It involves cultivating the right mindset, making informed decisions, and maintaining a strong sense of purpose through persistence, discipline, and the power of imagination. By embracing responsibility, acting with courage, and staying focused on our goals, we begin to transform our dreams into reality. The values of integrity, gratitude, and service to others guide us toward meaningful achievements, while maintaining balance ensures that success is truly fulfilling and sustainable. As you move forward, remember that success is a progressive realization of a worthy ideal, and every step you take brings you closer to the life you desire. Good luck on your journey. May you find the strength to stay committed, the courage to face challenges, and the wisdom to live a life filled with purpose and joy. Thank you for your attention, and remember, the power to shape your future lies in your hands.